Hello and welcome to Elecspo, and it is time to talk about Philippe Coutinho. In the biggest shock of the transfer window so far, the little Brazilian magician is on his way back to the Premier League, and he's signing for none other than Aston Villa. Apparently there were 6 Premier League teams chasing Coutinho's signature. Newcastle were one of them, there was Arsenal reported, Tottenham reported, but it was always Aston Villa who was seemingly leading the chase. It seemed far-fetched to seem there was no way this deal would happen, but it is happening. Aston Villa have confirmed that they've agreed a loan deal with Barcelona, and they've also got an option to buy Coutinho in the summer for, I think it's 40 million euros. They're going to be covering 35% of his wages, and Coutinho, providing he passes a medical, is going to be an Aston Villa player for the rest of the season. He's linking back up with his former teammate Steven Gerrard, and he is back in the Premier League. But how will he get on? Can he be the Jack Grealish replacement that Villa have arguably been missing all season? How will he get on at Villa Park? Let's dive into the simulation and see just how Coutinho does as an Aston Villa player. Okay, here we are at the start of the simulation and the start of the season. Rather than just give him half a season, we're going to give Coutinho a full season as an Aston Villa player. A full season working with Steven Gerrard, his former teammate. He used to pass him the ball, now he's been told what to do by him. But there he is, Philippe Coutinho at Aston Villa, alongside Danny Ings, Emi Martinez, Marvelous Nakamba, John McGinn, all the boys. And then you've got little Phil Coutinho. 29 years old, he's on loan until the end of the season. He's enjoying being at the club. And when you look at his player information, there's no mention of Steven Gerrard. He likes Neymar, he likes Firmino, and he likes Alberto Moreno. So maybe the talk of him, Steven Gerrard, being best mates was a little bit far-fetched. But whatever, Coutinho is at Aston Villa. Hasn't got a squad number yet, but that's fine. He's only been there 2 minutes. Can play attacking midfield, attacking left midfield, or as a slightly deeper left midfield. But what role will he play at Aston Villa? Will he transform this team? Aston Villa have got a fairly good team, some good players in amongst that squad. They've got a goal scorer, a few solid defenders, and a great manager in Steven Gerrard. But is Coutinho going to be enough to take them into the top half of the Premier League? Let's go to the simulation, let's go at the end of the season, let's see just how Philippe Coutinho gets on at Aston Villa. Oh, before we go anywhere, I have set it so that Coutinho does have an option to sign for Villa, but I've set it even lower. I've set it at £10 million, so I mean, surely if he just scores a couple of goals, they're bound to sign him permanently, unless he doesn't want to go permanently, but we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let's go to the end of the season and see how he gets on. Okay, here we are at the end of the season. Man City are Premier League champions, Norwich, Brentford and Brighton have been relegated, but Aston Villa, they have finished 10th. A solid season for Steven Gerrard and the Villa. 51 points. They were just behind Everton and Burnley. They got 52 points. But they have crept into the top half, and they weren't actually that far away from a European finish. They were 4 points behind Southampton, who came in 7th to qualify for the Europa Conference League. So Phil Coutinho, it looks like he's dragged Villa close to Europe, but not close enough. But they finished above Tottenham, they finished above Wolves, West Ham and Newcastle, which is a pretty good season for Aston Villa. But Coutinho hasn't been the best player in the league. He hasn't got more assists than anyone, nor has he got clean sheets, which is fair enough because he wouldn't make a very good goalkeeper. He's quite short, isn't he? But let's have a little look how he has got on. I mean, I'm going to assume he's done very well because it is Philippe Coutinho. He's been playing as a left winger. But how have the performances gone? Let's put Aston Villa's players in order of best to worst. And the best is Ashley Young, even though he hasn't played consistently all season. So the best is actually John McGinn, there with an average rating of 7.12. And down there, you can see there, we've got Phil Coutinho. 38 starts, no appearances off the bench. It's quite a lot of starts, actually. Only John McGinn and Emi Martinez started more than him, so that's something to be proud of for Philippe Coutinho, considering he's had a bit of injury bother in years gone by. But he wasn't as good as Morgan Sanson, he wasn't good as Martinez, he wasn't as good as Buendia, he wasn't good as Leon Bailly, wasn't as good as Tyrone Mings, and he wasn't as good as John McGinn. But his average rating was above a 7, 7.01, the same as Ollie Watkins, the same as Danny Ings, the same as Poland's Matty Cash for some reason. And he got 5 goals and 5 assists in all competitions. Has he perhaps won any silverware? We know he hasn't because Villa haven't qualified for Europe. But let's just see how they've got on. Well, it was actually a pretty disastrous start of the season for Villa. Phil Coutinho started in the first game of the season and he got a 6.8 as Villa drew 2-2 with Watford. Next game he was okay again as they lost to Arsenal. Then it was the Cup where he put his best performance so far with a 7 rating, but they were knocked out by Charlton Athletic. What about the FA Cup? How did that go? Well, they made it to the 4th round where they were beaten by Wolves in a replay. In a game where it looks like Coutinho played a slightly different role. It didn't go very well. Coutinho's first goal came in October in a 2-2 draw with Wolves. It was an 80th minute equaliser, and giving Coutinho a rating of 7.3. That was the first time he found the net in Aston Villa colours. And he wouldn't score again until December when he netted the winner at home to Brentford. Then it was a penalty against Watford in December, late December the 28th, a little Christmas present there for Coutinho. Got a goal in the FA Cup against Sheffield Wednesday. Then his final goal in an Aston Villa shirt came on his final home appearance in a 2-1 win over Leeds United. Aston Villa's final win of the season. Coutinho on the spot with his 5th goal in all competitions. He was wearing the number 13 shirt, which is unlucky for some, but not for Phil Coutinho. Also forgot to mention at the start, obviously at the start of the simulation he had a few injury bother. I just wiped that out so he could have a full season of football behind him. 34 Premier League starts, 4 games he didn't feature in, so that's pretty good. A lot of football played by Phil Coutinho. 4 goals, 5 assists and 2 Player of the Match awards. And in the Premier League his average rating was 7.02, which is fairly solid. It's good, but would we expect more from Phil Coutinho? Always looks like he's been playing on the left wing, which is, I think that's probably fair enough. Would he get crowded out in the middle? I'm not sure. It depends who else Aston Villa have been playing there. Let's have a little look. So they've been playing a 4-3-3, so really they didn't have any choice but to play Coutinho on the wing. Coutinho on one side, Emiliano Buendia on the other. Then you've got Leon Bailly as well, which is, those are pretty good options to be honest with you. And as a front three, that's pretty creative, especially when you've got Danny Ings banging them in. Did he even bang them in? He got 15 goals. That counts as banging them in, doesn't it? But Coutinho with the number 13 on his back, 4 goals, 5 assists, 5 goals in all competitions, 10 goal contributions in 38 appearances, so 1 every 4 games, which is, it's not bad. If you were, I don't know, if you were John McGinn, that would be really good. That would be a really good tally. No disrespect to John McGinn, but he's no Phil Coutinho, is he? Phil Coutinho scored wonder goals. He's done wondrous things at times for Liverpool, and it earned him that £142 million move to Barcelona, where just hasn't gone to plan at all. It's been a real bust, and just shows how much Barcelona panicked when they lost Neymar to Paris Saint-Germain. But are Aston Villa going to be the benefactors of it? Based on this, Coutinho's done well and Villa have came 10th, but maybe they can probably do that without him. I'm not quite sure. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go a couple of months into the future and see if Villa decide to make Coutinho's move permanent. Let's go. Okay, here we are, the 7th of July 2022. Philippe Coutinho's loan move to Aston Villa is over and he is back at Barcelona. Villa have decided not to make his move permanent, so he's back at the new camp and back earning a whopping £375,000 a week. No mention of him going out again. He's not on the transfer list. He's not unhappy. He's quite happy in relative terms. But he won't be an Aston Villa player next season. They've decided not to make his move permanent, which maybe it's down to wages. Maybe Coutinho didn't actually want to be a permanent Aston Villa player. Maybe he wanted to use Aston Villa as a stepping stone to maybe get back in the Barcelona team, get a bigger move to another massive club. With all due respect to Aston Villa, this is Philippe Coutinho we're talking about. He could be playing for one of the best teams in the world when he's on song. But based on this, he hasn't been on song enough for Aston Villa to get him a permanent move. So he's back at Barcelona, back twiddling his thumbs and being paid an absolute fortune when Barcelona really can't afford to do that. But how will Coutinho get on at Aston Villa? Based on this, he's done alright, not too bad, not awful. Just alright, to be honest with you. I've got a feeling this is going to go really, really well. It's either going to go really, really well or really, really badly. And I'm excited to see which way it is. But either way, Philippe Coutinho is back in the Premier League. Villa fans, you must be absolutely buzzing. We will leave it there though. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Elecspo. And until next time, we will see you around.